Good morning, Stevie Daily Shaver. This morning I'm having a shave with Shaver Haven's mentholated PapayaChil. Now this is a absolutely incredibly beautiful scent. Papaya, maybe you like eating them, maybe you don't, but I'll tell you one thing, you'll enjoy shaving with it. I was reading this morning about improbable things. The most improbable thing is that if it's really highly improbable, it's very likely that it's going to happen. So that's the mathematics of improbable things. Anybody who's read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the improbability drive, where the impossible happens quite regularly, you'll understand the theory behind the maths. So this morning, I was making a bit of fun with my friend Anthony Esperito. I really enjoy making up some weird, bent, wicked, funny shit about my friend Anthony. So anyway, this morning I did that, made up something. I hope you read it. Whenever he posts and I see it, I can't help myself. I go and make something up. It's the creative writing. Played the tune, the music clip, Mrs. Robinson from Mrs. Robinson, and this morning the S2 with the perma-sharp blade. I need to get one or two more shades off it to justify owning it. So, in it they make, in the Mrs. Robinson, they make comment in the lyrics to Joe DiMaggio, whatever it is. So, I look up the lyrics. Look up the famous, but even I know he's a famous baseball player. Jeez, I'm fucking this up. So, what I didn't know was he was the love of Marilyn Monroe's life. Now, they got married when he was famous and a who's who. He was also a drinker, and they busted up. She filed for divorce. Back in those days you used to have to make up reasons, so her one was cruel and unnatural punishment. He was a bit of a prick. And after he lost her, he loved her. And he lost his woman. He changed. He stopped drinking, he straightened up, and they became friends again. Now she fell in with the Kennedys, which was definitely her undoing. Joe got her out of the psych ward after she was used by both the Kennedy boys, and he was planning to propose again. Quit his job on the 1st of August and was going to propose on the 5th of August. The night before, he spoke with her on the phone about their plans, etc. So, things were going good. He was looking forward to the future. And the next day, he finds out that Marilyn was dead. Now, usually, he never married again. Twice, 2-3 times a week. For the rest of his life, he had roses delivered to the crypt where Marilyn Monroe was buried. Wow. When he died, his last words were, "I'm going to see Marilyn now." Holy moly, talk about a love story. I love love stories. I love when through sickness and poverty, see, love's only worth something if you give something or you lose something. If you got it for nothing, you'll never appreciate it. If you don't lose it and realise how sad you are without it, it wasn't worth anything when you had it. And Joe DiMaggio was an Italian name. His parents were actually locked up. Or not so much locked up, they were given limited travel ability from their town and restricted on where they could travel during the Second World War, because obviously he was Italian descent. At the end of the war, 1945, his mother, then his father, both got the American citizenship, which probably still wouldn't have stopped them from getting locked up or being restricted. Tough decisions back in 45, when America went to war, what to do with the foreign nationals. I think it's got to the point where you couldn't do that again. So this is having a really good shape. Oh, for a boar, this is my favourite. It's just so soft. Off eBay, cost me like $4. That was Australian too. I think it was priced like $3 US, including postage from China. I think it's a bit more now. It's still a fantastic shaver. So, back to the song about Mrs. Robinson, and I was trying to make sense of the lyrics. So, anybody with any insight? She appears to be giving a police statement at the beginning, with people offering to help her. Obviously, she was thought of more as the victim than the perpetrator of a young man's education. Right, getting close. I have the X3, Icon X3. So the reason I'm shaving today is I want to have a nice shave with the S1, which is probably the nicest slant I own, and I'll be comparing that. I don't know that slants make a hell of a lot of difference over a bar. I really don't. And if they're too slanty, like I've experienced, they're too prone to nicks and cuts. I'm not fond of razor cuts. They're thin and they flip there. So, around this way. This is the S2. It's got the slight slant, and the M1, which is dead straight. The one thing you do notice between them is the height difference. There is a smidge in height difference. You definitely get some more height. I think the cap is slightly thicker because it turns, and to get that turn extra strength, they strengthen it with slightly thicker coverage for the cap. Blade gap, dust aside. Really should dust things. If you dust things, it doesn't matter, it gets dusty again. Side on. Okay. Side on. There's not a lot between the M1 and the S2. It's just that slight tilt of the cap on the S2 that sets them apart. I like it. I like the above the tie caps. If you're looking for a good deal, you can get the returned, refurbed ones on the Above the Tie website. They're cheap. Shaver Haven. For the American summer, highly recommend the PapayaChil. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's got a beautiful, beautiful scent. Just, if you don't like that scent, send it to me. I'll use it. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Remember, good food, good friends, good shaves, amen. Well, it's nice to be important. It's more important to be nice to the people you love. If you don't want them to leave you for someone else. I'm Steve, your daily shaver. Wishing you all the best of shaves. Good shaves and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.